Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Mod Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 261 on November 17th, 2021. I'm Clyde, and today I'm joined by Matthew Ross.
Hello.
And Michael Aston.
Howdy, everyone.
And I think we have audio this time. So
I hope so. Because this would be a really great show.
If not, I can always
everybody...
go back to black and we could do it again. Oh, hey, not that button.
Well, don't. If you want, this could be a really, really wonderful show where we do that daring thing where we do the whole show in silence.
Or we could just call it, hey, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We will catch you next week.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Okay, never mind.
Well, it's okay. If we want to, we can stay. If you want to talk.
We actually have stuff to talk about. And I mean, it's cold outside. There's like snow and stuff, so I'm not going anywhere. Where else am I going to be?
You actually got
snow?
It
was snowing. Yeah, it was snowing it started snowing last Friday. We still have some hanging around, but
I have the atmospheric what they call it, atmospheric river that is literally making a line of rain going straight towards us in the Pacific Northwest. And it had been raining like crazy for the past 2 weeks.
That sounds like something that sounds like the plot from a bad sci-fi movie that we would watch on Movie Party.
And you know what? I would watch that too, knowing that is completely some meteorological made-up term. But it's still it is a lot of water.
They weren't happy with the jet stream. They had to have a river.
Yeah, it's it's a river in the sky, and it's coming for you now. Get ready for rain, lots and lots of rain. So that's okay. You're in your snow. I've got my rain. I don't know what's going on in Texas, so whatever. We can all escape though if we want to. Are you ready to escape? I'm getting some nodding heads. Okay, let's escape to the metaverse. Did you know that there's the guys at Facebook? They are working on really gonna put us into the metaverse. If you've seen Ready Player One, you probably have seen the concept of having various haptic feedback built into your devices that you're using to get into VR. And they have been working on a new prototype version of a glove that allows you to feel things. It actually gives you kind of a pressure response when you're in a virtual environment, and to provide that, and is able to literally prevent you from moving. It's not like your fingers. If you're like grasping something, it'll actually stop your fingers from being able to complete its grasp as if you were holding a virtual object.
Okay. This glove looks very familiar.
Yeah,
it looks exactly like something I think we saw at CES a couple years ago. What was the company?
I actually
like
tried this
Haptex,
something like this while we were at CES, and yeah, it's pretty clever. There's the one I tried there, or I assume we tried, didn't fully stop your fingers from being able to move. Like you couldn't. It wasn't like you got to where it would be crushing the egg and you couldn't move. But you did feel it, and it got softer and harder as you squoze. And it made it much easier to manipulate blocks.
Mm-hmm.
than without the glove.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this one is this technology is using micro pockets of air, is what they say, in order to make it so you can make it so you can't. It gives you that resistance. So very likely you'll get those pockets to a point where, oh, okay, it'll be a good amount of resistance. You probably can force it or something like that. But yeah, and they, according to the guys at Meta, they've been working on this for 7 years because this technology has never been seen before. It's absolutely unique to themselves. No one will be able to do what they're doing, right? It's pretty amazing, I gotta say. The next story here is about a Seattle startup saying that their VR pretty much mimics what they've been doing for a long time now. So,
what's the name of that company?
That company is called, what is the name of this company?
Haptex.
Hey, that's the company I was thinking of.
But the difference is Haptex uses microfluid in order to do a very similar thing. It's not the same, guys. It's different.
No, I mean, that's the thing, is that the way that the way they describe it is different, but it isn't actually different.
No,
they are fully identical. At least that's Haptex's claim.
Right. It's like, hey, we've developed a tire. It uses air. Well, we developed, it looks exactly like the tire that we developed that uses like some
nitrogen.
Sort of, nitrogen.
Yeah. And in the same announcement that Meta released, they actually did use that terminology as well. They said that they had developed, or were developing, the world's first high-speed microfluidic processor. So they're basically, at least again, Haptex's claim, using the same technology, and Haptex has a patent on it. So
okay.
I'll see.
I quite frankly completely understand Haptex should probably sue the pants off of Meta, because obviously if they've been doing it for a long time and Meta just announced their thing, obviously they need to be saying, no, we have patents, you need to, you need to comply, because that's exactly what the patents are kind of there for. But let's talk about the actual technology. What do you think? If you guys actually tried it, you said, so you could actually.
He did. I just watched him try it.
So you can actually go. You were in a VR space. Were you able to touch something and be able to feel the thing that you touched?
I could feel that I was touching something.
Cool. And so, obviously, yeah, the resistance thing.
The video that the augmented reality solution they were doing was stacking blocks on top of each other on a table.
Yeah. If I remember right, he wasn't actually in VR. He was watching it on a monitor. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might be,
because we were in their booth and doing it. But
yeah, I don't think I had goggles on, but you're stacking them up on a table, and you can manipulate them. They've got different colors on different sides, so you could like try to line up the colors or whatever, and just figure out how to stack them, because that's one of the things that's tricky when you're dealing with like a virtual reality or augmented reality setting, when you're trying to manipulate objects that you kind of don't have a reference to the exact positioning of it anymore, right? So like when you set something down, if your body moves and it's not perceiving the entire, like everything that's going on around you, then you no longer have that frame of reference to where it was. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So what would end up happening is you try to stack them out on top of each other, and they end up really skiwampus, and then they fall. And then if you do it with this technology, it was definitely easier to do.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just watched the little bit of this video that of Facebook's demo that they were doing on their side, where they said there were two people. They both had the gloves. They were able to shake hands, and they did knuckles, and got a little creepy because the virtual distance shaking hands thing was a little weird. I mean, cool. I think this is a cool technology. I'm sorry. I don't feel like the idea of the future though is strapping myself into a full body suit and feeling the presence of everything around me.
I
don't see
do.
this happening.
I just, as I mentioned the last time we talked about Meta, I don't think it's gonna be what Facebook is gonna be the presence they think they're gonna be.
Right.
I think they're just the gateway. They're the AOL that gets people in the door and long enough for them to realize, oh, hey, there's something else out there that's better. There's a much bigger world.
I mean, I don't know. I think that it might be a misguided choice for Facebook to be focusing on all of the hardware and equipment for this, right? Like building haptic gloves, owning Oculus and stuff. It kind of makes sense to try to do everything all in one place. But in the end, ultimately, most companies that do things really well are more focused than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they just focused on Meta, that is their metaverse, I feel like they'd be better off.
I would disagree completely. Facebook, please give up everything you're doing, but make this hardware and just do that and let other people do stuff around it. That's what I think.
I'm waiting for them to get sued by Tesla's suit
Tesla
for coming out with a vest that allows
Yeah.
you to feel gunshots.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the one thing that I never got to try it because the line was always so long.
Wait, I'm sorry. I've never heard of this. Tesla made a
No.
vest you
The
could put on-
company is Tesla's suit.
Like Tesla, the inventor, not Tesla, the car company.
It's a vest that you wear, and then so like you're playing a shooter. When you get shot, you feel the tactile on your body.
I mean, to be fair, it's not a vest. It's
Or
a full body.
sorry,
suit.
it was a bodysuit.
Like,
You're right.
It's head to, well, not head, but it's
But yeah,
shoulder
it was.
to toe.
Look it up. It was pretty sick. They always had good looking ladies wearing them.
Okay, I have one question. So do you want the Tesla suit helmet so you can feel the headshot?
Well,
Yeah.
if you're gonna get the suit and then the gloves, you may as well.
I mean, I don't see that on the main page, but I'm just asking if that's an option and would you want that? Oh man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It looks pretty neat.
And everybody that was wearing it was like, "Wow."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw some people, okay, now you're gonna get shot. And the guy's like, oh, like you can see his physical reaction. He's not like it and he said something along the lines of like it didn't really hurt, but you definitely feel it.
Yeah.
And it's very
probably
startling the first time you experience it, for sure. It's pretty cool seeming, but yeah, like Clyde said, we never got to try it because it was like if you didn't go there on day one and get on the list, you weren't going to get to try it out.
All
Well,
right,
and
so
that first time nobody knew what it was, and people were kind of ignoring it. So if we had stopped there like on one of the first days, we probably could have spent a lot of time playing with it. But by the time we found out about it was the same time everybody else did.
So we need somebody wearing the Oculus Rift with the VR gloves, wearing the Tesla suit, and on one of those infinite track, running pads that you can run on. And you're basically there at that point. You can enter the metaverse and then wonder why you ever left, except for when you're hungry. And then you go like, man, I can't eat virtual stuff. That sucks. That's just
Tesla suit has a glove. It kind of looks like maybe Tesla suit is pairing with the haptics glove though, from the way that it looks. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, so the thing for me is obviously like Ready Player One type environment seems super awesome and cool, but it feels to me like there needs to be somebody that's building the software. Like in that, even in the story, they didn't have the same company making all of the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
It was the software company and then manufacturers
Sure.
of equipment. And it just seems like a lot to try to split your focus on, because doing something like a metaverse from a software perspective is going to be insanely complex and difficult.
Well, yeah. It's like, I mean, it's no different than look at your car. Yes, your car, the entire package came from a company, but each one of those pieces, the mechanical parts, is made by different companies that specialize in that one thing. You know, you may have Bosch makes your spark plugs in the fuel pump, but you've got Denso makes the alternator, or, you know, and that's the way it should be, and that's the way it will be at some point once the demand is there, and then that's also when affordability, because
commodity parts becomes more affordable, right? Versus the specialty parts.
And to be fair, I mean, what I would like to say is maybe they're doing the same thing Microsoft did, or was it? Yeah, it was obviously Microsoft. The same thing and maybe I'm thinking of the Pixel. I don't know. Either Microsoft or Google, they made the Surface or the Pixel kind of as I think it was the Pixel, but no, the Surface. Oh my gosh.
Pixel is the Google phone.
But they kind of did it just to show that, like, hey, this is a model for what you should be doing out there. And
both of them did that.
Yeah, that's what the Pixel was for Google. And
technically the Surface was a stop making crappy laptops. This is what a good laptop might look like. So they both did that.
Okay, that's why I'm confused, because they both did it.
Yeah.
And now ultimately those have still stuck around because they did such a good job with it. But you don't see Microsoft trying to be the primary manufacturer of Windows hardware.
They already went down that path, and it didn't work out so well for them.
Also,
Right.
all the other people who make Windows hardware definitely doesn't want Microsoft to be the de facto standard of making hardware, because that's their business, and that would the guys at Microsoft should not be making something that is basically as good, a cheaper version of something you can get from somebody else, because then they'll be undercutting their other business partners, and they'll all abandon them. They'll all do something drastic.
I'm just waiting for Nintendo to release, using the new technology, release a Power Glove and a Virtual Boy that actually work.
Well,
yeah,
the Virtual Boy worked. It just gave you a headache.
It was advertised. Same thing with the Power Glove. So that's when you know.
Kind of worked too.
It kind of worked, but it didn't work like it advertised.
Tiny bit worked.
The technology is great. It was a light sensor and a light at one end of each tube.
No,
and
it used sound.
No, it was light.
Right? Yeah,
no,
because
it was light. It uses light. Anyways. Oh, you're talking about the sensor on the
glove.
Yeah, that one's different. The tubes on the back of the glove was light sensors on the back of the glove to see
because it used fiber optics in the glove itself.
Actually, it wasn't even fiber.
Something like that. Yeah,
it was just a light and an open tube. As you bent the tube, it would reduce the amount of the sensor would sense on the other end, and so thus it would just go. Oh, you can close the fingers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this next story, I believe, is here for the sole purpose of saying, Clyde, you've been looking for a new streaming service. And we made a joke very briefly. Maybe I just made the joke of you switching to Tidal. Well, now you have the option to. Tidal is now launching 2 new streaming plans based on what it used to have. It used to have one. It split it into two different plans. The one of them is a hi-fi plan for $10 a month, gives you access to all their songs ad-free, and with their high bit rate sounds. I think it's just music, just as kind of like what you're asking for. So that's an interesting. And if you really just want to try it out, there is a free plan. This is an ad-supported plan. It doesn't have the high-quality music. I'm sure it's fine for most people, though, and it will allow you to listen to it with ad support. And now it's not owned by whoever owned it before. It's now owned by Square. So you might actually be interested in trying this.
Yeah, because I had joked, I'm not trying Tidal if I have to pay for it. Well, now I don't have to pay for it, so I have no reason not to try it. The big question will be, do they have the music that I want?
Yes.
And am I willing to spend the time to teach it what I like?
True.
Or is
I
it
believe
just going to
also-
shove their the stuff they want me to listen to down my
I also
throat?
believe it has apps for the Android CarPlay, so I think you have that as well, which is a thing that you probably want as well. So I'd say give it a shot. I mean, I might give the free version a shot. Might as well. Doesn't hurt.
No, yeah, I'm willing to try it.
Worst thing
I'm
happen.
just
I
afraid
hate it.
it's gonna, because Tidal was
who made Tidal? I forget which.
I don't
guy
know,
made
but
Tidal.
it was aimed at a demographic that is a genre of music I do not listen to, and I am
Jay-Z.
afraid of it trying to shove that down my throat because that's what it wants me to listen to, but we'll see. It really comes down to, as long as the music I want, if it's available, and it lets me listen to what I want without being too pushy.
So I was like, Tidal, okay, it's a music streaming service. Then I heard that it was owned by Jay-Z, and I was thinking, and immediately my brain went, okay, is it just going to be hip hop and rap? I don't know.
Well,
if
that's
what
kind
I
of
want.
what the main demographic was.
Right, exactly.
That's definitely the way they market it.
It was marketed that way, and it was high def. That's the thing. They were going to be this really high bit rate if you want it. That's the other thing they said a lot about it. I don't know if he's
Super high quality version of people talking quickly.
well,
To an
sometimes-
electronic drum.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's fine. It's good. But anyways, I'm going to try Tidal. I think I might download it.
I mean,
and try it on my phone.
if it's free.
Worst case scenario is I think it sucks for whatever reason. You know what? I will decide how bad is how many ads I counter, and if I can find if I can get the music I want to play. Those will be the two big things for me.
Yeah. Is it going to shove the same political ads for Chicago down my throat as Spotify did when I was on the free? It's constantly, all I was getting was Chicago ads. It's like, I don't live in Chicago. I don't care about any of these people.
Sorry, man. That sucks. Well, did you know that Streamlabs has a new platform available to them? They've set it up so you can now use Streamlabs in order to stream on your new Xbox systems. They've got
Cool.
the new Xbox streaming platform, and it looks like they're already being sued. Or maybe not sued, but they're being threatened with the suit because it looks like they've been copying material. According to this story here, there's a company. There's been some stuff that they've taken liberties when they created created the app. That's right. It says that they didn't mean to do it. That's what they say, but yeah, it's been. What was the accused of having copied? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be like Ford suing Chevy because they have a steering wheel and a front door and a trunk and wheels, and they didn't give them different names.
So according to, is accused of copying web material, naming schemes, and possibly functionality.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So, his car, when he turns the wheel left, the car turns left. They copied us. And they called it a wheel. I don't know. I
mean,
the copy this. I don't think you can copyright just basic general terminology.
No.
Now if you go into the code and it's literally the same code, then yes, that is an issue. But it can't be the search bar. You can't call it that. It has to be your query or something different.
Right.
So, like, you can't copyright processes and soft, like, functionality and things like that. You can patent them, but they have to be novel and not something that would be obvious to a average developer or whatever. But on the other hand, you are perfectly within your legal rights to bitch and moan about whatever you want. So, if you feel like they're getting a little too close to what you're doing, absolutely complain. And if your customers and audience feel like you have a justifiable complaint, then maybe they'll stick with you rather than go to this new shiny something. So that's what I would say here. Sure, go ahead and complain.
So,
if you have anything really to complain about, you're going to be filing a lawsuit, which doesn't sound like it's happened yet, at least. So they're just whining and moaning.
Well, the guys at Lightstream Studios, who has their own products that does similar things, they posted an image comparing their website and the one from Streamlabs, and it is words, entire paragraphs are copied, layout copied, pictures are changed. Obviously,
they use the same template from Squarespace,
and copied a lot of the text as well. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be no big deal.
The thing that really got me was then you had OBS that jumped on and said, well, when they forked our open source software, they still used our name because they call it Streamlabs OBS or Slobs. And they're like, I guess while Streamlabs technically honored the terms of the GPL license, it allegedly disregarded the spirit of open source software.
Okay. Again, I'm going to argue slightly against you, because if you go out there and say, go get OBS, a good significant portion of them will think you mean Streamlabs OBS.
No, I don't think so. It's a flavor.
I get it.
It's not OBS. It is the Streamlabs fork of OBS, and that is very obvious.
I get that.
It's like if you tell someone to go out there and get Linux, they don't automatically think you mean like Ubuntu or Red Hat.
Usually they do.
Yeah.
But if there was this is Linux OS, the OS. That might be a problem with that.
Yeah.
If I just
I think that if you tell somebody like a not like super geeky dude, hey, install Linux, if they know what that means, they probably think it means Ubuntu.
Right. It's okay. But the thing is, Ubuntu sounds nothing like
Debian.
But those are very actually, just so you know, the Debian is the base of which Ubuntu is based on.
That was where it was
and
going.
funnily enough, Ubuntu is the thing that's is based on for a lot of other operating systems. It's a weird thing.
But I mean, that's what happens when you get open source.
I run my servers on Debian.
Yeah,
it's great.
And then Elgato has even got involved because I guess Streamlabs did a Stream Deck software, which that one, they've got a point. That's straight up. It is a copy of the Stream Deck called the Streamlabs Stream Deck, and that is not an open source thing. See, I will argue in their favor for OBS because yes, it made it very clear that this is their version of OBS, which is open source. I could do the Clyde Harvey OBS, which would be Chob's, if I wanted to. But no, I can't do the Clyde Stream Deck because then I would get sued by Elgato, and Elgato is owned by Corsair, and Corsair is a very big company with money. So,
Right. Yeah, I mean, what I would say is that it is plausible to think that in the case of the website, like there may be a copyright issue going on. I can't see the small print, but all of the headers are, like you said, pretty much word for word.
Yeah.
Which is kind of egregious.
it looks like a Best Buy ad
It does.
for on the Black
design
Friday
itself,
flyer.
The design, you definitely couldn't get a copyright complaint from the design. They're both so generic.
Yeah.
Like you said,
They're
it
using
basically
templates.
looks like a Squarespace template. That I don't disagree with. The fact that the headers all have the exact same words, or not all, but mostly,
Right.
that could
There's some
potentially-
But
copying and
how
pasting.
close is it to just standard jargon?
It's actually it's not really that close to standard jargon. It's
Okay.
It's-
Oh no, that was a legitimate question. I'm curious
I
because I
mean,
haven't read it.
It is all fairly innocuous
both sides
wording
say,
and stuff.
how
but
does it work? Both sides say cloud capture for console streams. Both
Okay.
sides say full layout and design control. Both sides say all you need is your console. Or well, actually, the one says go live in minutes from your console. That's one. There's a difference.
there are some that are different, but remote control from your couch. How does it work?
Right. There's a
Activate,
lot of-
personalize, stream. Those three all same steps. They just swapped out the pictures and we're like, let's change the last header section and the first one, and nobody will notice.
It's all right.
That's-
Everybody, this stream is brought to you by Chobes. right,
Hey, if get enough Patreons, maybe we can get motivated to make that happen.
It wouldn't be hard. You just vote. All you have to do is
We
fork
just
it.
need money. Just need money
No.
to make it happen.
No, well, all you'd have to do is fork it, rename it, and then have it on your repository.
But I
with a new
need
name.
someone. I need enough money to pay someone to do that because I don't know how to do that. That's what I'm getting at.
It's a button in GitHub, just so you know.
Yeah, but I don't want to. That's too much work. I'll
Pay
pay
the
somebody.
man so he can.
I'll
so
pay
he
somebody
can-
like $50
Let's
to
be
do
honest.
it, but I need
You
to raise
to pay him
500,000
enough
first.
to motivate him to
Yeah.
push the button those 6 or 7 times it's going to take.
All right. Talking about developers here. Hey, if you have been using your Google device and you like the fact that you can go to the Google App Store and you can click on the install icon inside the store, and it gives you the option to install onto any one of your devices that is assigned to your account. You've maybe noticed that you can't install it onto your TV that you have set up for the Android TV. Well, that's changing. As of now, looks like this feature is now available where you can go ahead and open up your device, like your phone, and go to the App Store and go to the install section and drop that down and see an option to install it on your compatible Android TV device. Yay!
So I'm confused by this because I know for a fact I used to be able to do this back when I was using the original Android TV. I don't know if that was just because it was the dev hardware that it was in the store. But I remember there were certain things you couldn't just because they weren't available in the regular Android store. But this is good. This means that no longer are the two devices isolated into separate stores, even though it looked the same store. There was actually a division that's gone. So cool. I like this feature a lot because there's a lot of times where it's like, hey, I know I'm going to need that thing on this other device, but I really don't want to walk across the room. I got to stand up and walk to the other room where it's charging. I'll just go in my browser on my PC.
Right.
And then do it, which is what I do a lot of times.
Being a long-term Android user, it is interesting when I would go into that thing and I would click open the button that says, okay, install it on my device. And I see the drop down just because.
And you go, what the hell are those devices?
Oh my goodness, that's right. I still have that old Motorola X somewhere in a drawer somewhere. And my Nexus 7 must be somewhere around here. Where did that go? It's like, oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, unless you physically remove them, they stay there in the list.
Yeah, the list gets long when
when
you're a person like me who likes to like play with things and go, ooh.
The last time I went through it, there was at least 3 tablets that I never used. I bought them, I turned them on and said nope, and put them back in the box and got rid of them. But they were still listed.
Just for fun, I'm gonna see what apps it says. This app is available for some of your devices. I have currently 5 devices on my list. Only 5. Aw.
Okay. I'll play this game.
This step counter pedometer is not compatible with my Google Chromecast. What? I can't count my steps on my Android TV.
Let's go with Netflix because Netflix is available on well, it's not available on certain old devices. What's something that's available on all? We'll go Chrome.
Yeah, the Chrome browser, pretty much.
So Chrome.
I love the fact that I have an Amazon KFAUWI. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Kafawi. It's an Android. It's an Amazon tablet that I have side-loaded the Google Play Store onto because the Google Play Store is so much better than the Amazon App Store, and I can play my games that I have on it. But it's still running the Amazon OS. So,
according to this, Chrome is not compatible with my Google Chromecast or my TiVo Stream 4K, both of which show up in the list.
Cool. I'm glad it shows up, but I've still got the Moto 360 on the list. I got to figure out where that is somewhere. But okay. Oh, sad. That's all I can say. All right, let's move on to the story here about a little company that we have had a little history with, Moviepass.
Stop kicking the company while they're down.
I've just said that we've had history about talking about them.
I know. We agreed that we were never going to mention it again because it was just sad.
Okay. Well, it is a sad story. Go ahead.
But they're getting back up.
No. They can't be doing that. No. See, the company started off with, actually like a fairly expensively monthly price for a certain number of movies to get you in. And then the company got like taken over by somebody else, by one of the partners, kicked the other guy out, cut the price to $10 a month and said, we'll give you unlimited movies, and went to a whole hog on trying to make this giant thing work. And that's when the company started, picking up some ground, and people started really thinking it's cool. And Clyde went to the movie more often.
I actually went to the movies. That's how awesome this service was.
And it also was making them go bankrupt because they couldn't pay for the people to go to the movies for $10 a month.
They could have made it work if the industry was willing to work with them. But the movie industry said, we don't need you. People need the movies. We don't need you. Die.
Yeah, what's funny is I bet you anything, things look different now.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Regal and AMC were 2 that were actively trying to block Moviepass from being used.
Right.
And then they rolled out their own subscription plans, but Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point, all of them would be like, "Hey, Movie Pass."
Yeah, we'd love to
can
let
we
you.
talk?
Could we get you to get more people in the seats and buy more popcorn?
I just
Did
want
you
to know: does this mean if they do get back up? Does this mean my Helios Matheson stock that has been sitting there like way below will finally reach $1?
Maybe, who knows?
I think
know.
it forcibly sold it off
Yeah.
at
Well,
some point.
So apparently this is what happened was that the company had to be sold at auction because it's what bankruptcy requires to do it. And the original guy who made the site said, "I'll put a bid in on it for it, no problem." The bid wasn't made public, but it was at or below $250,000, and he was the only bidder. So he got his own company back and his own name of his company back, and he is talking about bringing it back, but not under the $10 a month for unlimited movie plans, just more of a subscription to get you to get more people in seats for probably more than $10 a month.
It's $10 a month, and you can watch all the Pluto you want on your phone.
You could do that already.
Yeah, but
no, but I think that's fine. I think it's a fine idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It's Movie Pass, back from the dead, zombies as they are, maybe vampire. I don't know what mythical creature should we provide of the undead.
Well, we'll
we
put
give
it
them?
this way. So, movie viewership in the theaters was down like 2016, 2017, and then it magically had this huge spike through the end of 2017 through 2018 and into 2019. It was a big boom, which the movie industry would refuse to acknowledge was all the Moviepass and Cinemia different users out there, because that was a lot. People that were now going to the theaters seeing a lot of movies. Moviepass, and actually, I think I alluded to this back about this time last year that Moviepass would, something like Moviepass would be the thing that saves the theaters, and now we get to find out for real.
I mean, I guess the question I have is, where's the place for Moviepass? And to be fair, this similar question or same question is in the article. Where's the place for Moviepass in the world of the theater specific movie club, right? So those movie clubs are generally 1 movie, 2 movies a month or whatever, and discounts on everything else. It seems unlikely Moviepass will be able to go the route that it had before of unlimited free. So how will they differentiate themselves from the Alamo Victory Club?
The way they do that is by allowing you to go to any theater. See, all of those clubs, all of those clubs
go to the same theater though, don't they?
Not necessarily by choice.
I mean, I go to the same theater almost all the time, and if I don't, it's one other theater. I go to Alamo Drafthouse when I'm choosing. I end up going to Cinemark when other friends choose because it's more.
See, and that's the thing.
And they don't choose to drive. But I mean,
but that right there is the thing. If you had the Alamo free movie plan, you couldn't use it when your friends choose Cinemark.
Yeah.
Even if you do go to the same theater every time, it doesn't matter. But the fact that you can use it elsewhere, it's like the difference between a Macy's in-store credit card versus a Visa. Yeah, you may shop at Macy's every single time, but the fact that you can use that Visa at Nordstrom, makes it a little bit more useful than the Macy's card.
The good thing about the movie clubs with the theaters that I've found, because I did the Cinemark movie club for a long time, and what I found beneficial to that is because it's them, they can give you discounts on other things that are that are there. So I would always get discounted food, drinks, whatever
Sure.
while I was there. And sometimes I'd get free food or drinks. So there were added perks to going with the movie theater specific one.
Yeah.
In addition to just getting like one free movie at a price that is a little less than I would pay if I actually just paid straight up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other way the Moviepass could differentiate itself is that there are a lot of independent movie chains, and they don't have this kind of thing. And I bet you Moviepass could go into those independent chains and say, okay, we'll get people in your theaters. I know you don't have any kind of club thing. Let us be the club for all the independent chains. And then, and so
which is what they were doing before.
Right,
because
in my case, I only have a couple independent theaters around me, but still that might get me into them. So
because I know somebody that's in southern Minnesota. He runs his own movie theater. Small town. He owns the movie theater, and he would love something like that. And he had just kind of gotten around to, maybe I should reach out and work with Moviepass when they pulled the plug. He started to see the light, and then they bailed. But I mean, I think there's room. The other thing they could provide, same thing everybody else is providing, free subscription or a discounted subscription to something like Apple TV Plus or HBO Max or Pluto TV. I don't know.
You keep pushing the selling of Pluto TV. Yeah, how about this? All of you guys who've
dude, there's people that pay to have their get their Roku set up.
I know.
They probably pay for Pluto TV too.
No, I'm just stop giving away the cow. You could subscribe to Pluto TV for low as for $2.99 a month with the VOD Squad, and you get Pluto TV all you want.
Oh yeah, we'll give you all the Pluto TV.
We'll give you Roku TV too. We'll throw that in there too.
And you know what? I am feeling very generous. How about some Tubi? Would you like Tubi?
Only $2.99 a month. That's right.
Yeah, $2.99 a month.
They'll probably add a free email account too for getting notifications about your streaming channels.
You could totally join our.
Yeah, we'll give you an email address at russianhacker.com.
No. That are you, dude. Not .com.
No, it's con. C-O-N.
Con.
That was a joke from Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay. All right. How about this? Patreon. Patreon is the service which allows you to, pay those creators out in the world like us. You can go to the patreon.com/the VOD Squad and find out how. But Patreon has been working on making so they can host some of their information right from their own website. In particular, it looks like the company has been talking about the idea of making it easy for them to be the hosting platform for your videos, except for right now, it's a major flaw. The major flaw, of course, is they're only limiting your videos to 200 megabytes, which is not very long for most videos.
That's like 5 minutes on a potato phone.
Dude, I don't know. Real Player that was a pretty long video on Real Player, gotta say. The videos looked like crap, but still compressed the hell. 200 megs. I suspect they're going to be working in the future to make these bigger and better, so that won't be as much of an issue. But the company is looking at possibly being a new platform for hosting your videos in the future.
See, here's their quandary. They want to go up against YouTube, which means all of Google's storage platform stuff out there is off limits.
True. Yeah, probably.
Like, hey, Google, can you provide us some fast storage? But so that we can directly compete with you and give you the ability to completely mess with our competition.
No.
Yeah, no.
Go to Amazon.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon is already, I don't know. But I'm surprised Amazon's not doing something like this already. But
Well, if you wanted to host your videos and you wanted to put them on an Amazon's service, that would work just fine. If you're looking for a way of getting your videos somewhere that is not YouTube and it is not Vimeo, it makes sense for you to try to find a place like for that. That's fine, and pay for it. It's the best way to do it, or host it yourself.
So this
I
is
know
the
that's not
kind
the
of
thing
thing
you do anymore.
This is the kind of thing that worries me, because these are the things that companies do when they get bored and they're about to self-destruct.
You think Patreon is found themselves at a point where they feel like they have to do something else, and so they're
Because
going to start
look
moving
at what
into a
like
different...
PayPal. PayPal was the thing that it did something that was just, it found its niche. It did a thing. It was good at it. And then it said, hey, why don't we do this other stuff too? And why don't we do this other stuff too? And then became part of, but then eventually everybody said, oh yeah, I'm going to use other services instead. And then they had to go back to the core of what they do, because that's where they make their money. Patreon, you're good at what you do. You don't need to look for other ways. You just do the thing you're good at.
Yeah, I mean,
don't water down the brand.
The one thing I would say about this is that if their goal is actually just to make things easier for the patrons, for their users, then that's fine. They probably have a team of developers that was tinkering around with something. They decided to give it a shot. If their goal is, hey, let's start by doing this, and then maybe we can compete with Twitch and YouTube. Well,
which is why they can't go to Amazon.
If they go with option A, okay, fine. It's probably not going to be any great shakes and not going to make much difference for you or your users, but maybe it will. Maybe it'll make things easier. On the other hand, if you're aiming for 2, just give up and go back home.
Well, see, and you just reminded me. So when I said I'm surprised Amazon doesn't have a service already, they do. It's called Twitch.
Right.
Which is why they can't go to Amazon, because that would be their direct competitor there. The thing that they're seeing, and I guarantee it, is if they host the videos, they can claim that it's a benefit to you as the creator, but it's a benefit to them because they get to take that advertising money away from YouTube and Twitch.
Yep. No.
And
usually, but really, the focus of this is for most people is not relying on a single platform. If your life is dependent upon your videos being on YouTube, and you don't have a copy of your videos somewhere else in case YouTube pulls your stuff, you need to back your stuff up. You need to have your own.
You need to back that stuff up
just a little bit. Just go ahead, make sure you have your own copies for your livelihood. Essentially, if your livelihood is your videos should be somewhere safe, not just on YouTube. YouTube's great, but don't depend on it for the future. Just don't.
YouTube's not great. It's acceptable.
What? Okay. I wish to defer our considered conversation for one quick question, sir. What makes it not great?
I don't know.
Okay, let's continue.
I think it does. So what I would say is, I think it does what it does well.
Yes.
But I don't feel like it sets itself meaningfully apart from Patreon. And
fair.
When there's really only 2 services, if you don't have anything that sets yourself apart from the other, then you're both just okay.
You meant that you're talking comparison to Twitch, not Patreon, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The YouTube is the platform for pre-made video, essentially videos that are canned and produced by and low budget and high budget people alike can put
Long
everything on
form
YouTube.
kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Exactly.
And I guess my meaning is I don't feel like YouTube is innovating and producing meaningful upgrades in a way that I would consider them great. I would say, and don't stone me for this because I almost want to stone myself for it. I would say TikTok is more innovative, is a greater solution than YouTube.
I don't necessarily disagree, sir.
and
TikTok's got
so
their
YouTube
algorithm.
is
Different. Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube is not. It's not great to me because I don't feel like they've innovated in 5 years, 10 years.
In a way, to me, it's kind of Patreon does their one thing and does it well. Don't do too much more. YouTube does their one thing and does it well. And yes, they've done the shorts thing, so it's kind of like TikTok. And yes, they've done the live streaming thing because it's like Twitch. But they've never ever stopped trying to be good at doing what YouTube does. So yeah.
And my complaint about YouTube is that they've tried to do too much, that they need to back the hell off, stop trying to strangle and creators and control what they're allowed to say and do, what kind of videos they post, as long as they're obviously not, something that's illegal.
Unfortunately.
But I was going to say, and so just focus on making good or allowing people, making a platform that's stable,
right,
that is welcoming, that is safe. Those are the things that they haven't been focusing on. They've been more focused on, killing the people that make them the money.
I mean, I think there's some truth to what you're saying, but here's what I would say as a counter to that is Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all I need to say. Facebook did exactly what you're saying. They provided a platform, they made it work well, they made it stable and reliable, and they basically did nothing else. They improved their ad delivery over it, and that's it. Like, they didn't change in any really meaningful way that platform, and now they are basically obsolete. Anybody under 40 thinks of Facebook as an old person.
Well, Facebook is a different animal. Because that's social media as opposed to content. Yes, they've tried to move into the content, but that's where we've kind of laughed at them because it's, hey, same argument, stay in your lane. That's not where you need to go.
You're viewing them as the vertical that they exist in.
Mm-hmm.
They are both software companies.
Yeah.
That's what their core is.
And I'm talking about the product itself.
Improve their software, and make their software better and add meaningful features and innovate, then it will eventually die, which is kind of what's happening to Facebook. That's why everybody under 40 still uses Instagram or other tools. Facebook has had to buy companies to keep themselves relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to argue a little bit with you only because, it's our show. We can argue about whatever we want.
Wait.
Yes, we can. Isn't
That's
it
why
great?
we started this whole thing.
That's right. This is wonderful. Facebook, actually, the platform, in my opinion, was an excellent platform before until they kept innovating.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that they had made changes to their algorithm that has actually made Facebook worse. I feel like that they've done things to it, like making it so you can't see your actual timeline stream, which was something that I really enjoyed. I feel like, to me, that actually the innovations that they did to the product themselves is a major contributor to them not being.
That's the whole reason I left, and that was the point that I was trying to make. Is they didn't focus on the thing that made them great. and keep doing it. They kept trying to do other things. And then when they started the whole we decide what is true, even if you were there and you have video, if it's against what we believe politically, it is now marked as fake news, even though you can, and that was the final straw.
And that being said, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think that everybody has reasons that they hate Facebook.
Sure.
But ultimately, I would argue the reason they truly have failed is because they have failed to continue to innovate well. Every software company will make missteps. That's something you have to accept.
Sure.
If you're going to improve and innovate, you will make missteps. Sometimes those missteps turn out to be the right choice, i.e. Microsoft Ribbon, right? Everybody hated that when it came out. I would say almost nobody liked it. Most people like it now and don't even really remember what it was like before it. And honestly, it is more efficient and more effective in most cases than what they had before. So I think that it's one thing to decry a company because they made bad choices that you didn't like that drove you away, but to say that they shouldn't have been innovating doesn't solve the problem either, because they still would be obsolete and
well, I mean, you can use the same argument about Gmail. Gmail does a thing. It is mail. And you don't have a big exodus from it because they did one thing, is give you mail, and right off the bat was, hey, we're going to read your messages so that we can do spam. And we're going to keep trying to get better at the spam. And that's all they've done. Every once in a while, they try to add something in, and people are like, I'm not interested in that. And then they kind of don't. They haven't really innovated. When I say you shouldn't innovate, I'm saying expanding beyond what the thing is good for. Focus on your strength and make it better. You don't need to add in a bunch of ancillary bells and whistles, because that's not the stuff that is going to make people stick
obviously
around.
Clyde doesn't use the workspace version of Gmail, which has a bunch of bells and whistles now.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got chat, I've got talking rooms with GIFs in it now if I want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got
but what I'm saying is
Meets
just
in
Gmail in
there.
itself, it's almost exactly what it was when I signed up for it almost 20 years ago now.
Right.
So what I would say is, I vehemently disagree with almost everything you just said, but the thing that you have to consider when it comes to something like email is that email itself is a utility.
Mm-hmm. Which
Just
is
like
what
you don't
Facebook
care about
was originally. It was a utility that people used to communicate.
It is not, though. Because if it is the utility that people use to communicate, guess what? That's been replaced by Discord, by Slack, by all kinds of. So, I mean, it isn't quite the same thing, because the only reason Gmail still works without many changes is because the email itself is literally a utility. It is nothing more than that. And it is only effective for a limited subset of things. And people don't communicate via email the way they used to. I guarantee you, if you look at ad utilization in Gmail, it has gone down. They make less money off of Gmail than they used to, because people are communicating in other methods. Now, Gmail, maybe it hasn't totally, because what Matt was saying is a lot of people actually spend time in that suite type area using the chat features and they're there because that's where they use as a hub to their photos and other things that Google has done. And again, there are significant changes to the infrastructure around Gmail, though the actual email panels and stuff are very much the same.
And I would argue that the reason that the alternatives like Discord and stuff exist are only because Facebook made so many changes that they pushed people away, and people said, I don't like this anymore, and they found something else. If they hadn't, if they just focused on the thing that made them great, you wouldn't have had the big flight exodus that you had. But yeah, we can move on.
But we're having such a great conversation. Really, this is great. I vehemently disagree.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, fine. We'll talk about something else. Why don't we just kind of quickly get through some of these next stories here? We have a story here that Twitch, the streaming service that, I don't know, we used to do stuff on Twitch a while ago, is now available on your Switch. Twitch on a Switch. That's such a wonderful thing.
Switch to Twitch.
It does not allow you to actually stream your games through the Twitch app to Twitch,
which is the only thing that Switch users wanted.
But it does allow you to watch Twitch streams.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't believe the Switch hardware is actually powerful enough to do that well. Quite frankly, it would probably reduce your frame rates.
So Amazon. When Switch users were demanding Twitch on their console, this isn't what they wanted. They wanted the ability to stream to Twitch, not to watch Twitch. Because if you're watching it on Twitch, how are you going to play a game while you're watching someone else play a game?
Well, that's what you got the TV for, so you can do this on your Switch while you're watching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But
the meta. Oh my god!
See, I kind of agree with Clyde. Like it's not a great way to watch Twitch, right? Like,
see, I have a plan. I have a master plan. I'm going to make a reaction video of somebody's reaction video, and we're going to see how many layers deep we can make this go with other people.
Okay, well, let me know when you're going to do it, because I'll react to your video of you reacting. Hey, you should do a reaction video to this video.
No. See, I have to
and
find
then I will
reaction.
react to your video. Yeah,
no. That's us. That's too us reacting to our own thing. That's too meta. We can't use that phrase anymore. Sucks.
Oh, yeah, stupid Facebook.
Yeah. The most interesting thing about this article to me was just the title. I thought the title and subline, Twitch is now available on Switch. Watch live streams without a hitch. I think they just did a great job there. Kudos Engadget. That's literally the only really meaningful thing here. The 3 people that want to watch Twitch on their Switch, good for them.
With an itch.
They had an itch to watch Twitch on their Switch.
Without a hitch.
And did it go off without a hitch?
And somebody threw their Switch in the ditch.
This is very niche.
I'm pretty sure that word is niche.
I know, but it sounds better when poetic license, my friend. Poetic license.
Oh, every time I hear there's somebody that we all listen to, and he constantly says niche. And every single time I'm screaming at my radio,
niche!
It's niche. It's not a niche.
But poetic license means in this case it was a niche.
It's fine.
Okay. Well,
okay. Spotify has acquired the company Findaway. Findaway was an audiobook company which had access to, as they say, 325,000 titles, and has had partnerships with both Amazon and Apple and other retail heavyweights. So, guess what? It's you can now listen to your audiobooks on Spotify. I don't know. Is this gives you the free access to the audiobooks, or is it that you still have to buy them and just now buying them through?
I don't know, but this makes absolute perfect sense. You know why?
Because Spotify is buying all the audio companies out there.
Because-
it gives them one more thing to put in front of your music.
Because Spotify always finds a way to piss me off. And now the way they found was actually literally find a way. I don't care. I'm glad that they have it until they start making it even harder to get to my music because they're pushing stupid audiobooks on me. I'm not listening to audiobooks while I drive. I've already been down that rabbit hole. I don't want to die. I drive on a lot of winding roads along next to lakes now. I do not want to end up in the lake because I was too enthralled by the narrative that the book was weaving. And I forget to weave and then end up in the lake.
Yeah.
Swerve, man, swerve.
So
All right.
the one thing I would say here is sometimes you really want somebody to go in and battle that 800-pound gorilla and win and be the underdog and bring something new to the market. And sometimes you're just like, leave the poor 800-pound gorilla alone. I really like him. What's the point? Like, this is one of those things where there's absolutely nothing wrong with Audible. I cannot find a flaw in Audible at all. I don't know why anybody would try to compete with it, because there's just, they have pretty much 100% of the market, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing you can improve on. So other than being cheaper, there's nothing you could do to be better than Audible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, I would love them to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, and I will jump over to you in a second, even though I have like 100 books on Audible plus or more.
You're talking about the villagers that are throwing rocks at the elephant that isn't bothering them. There's just an elephant outside their village. It's just hanging out doing its thing, and they're constantly trying to take it down. Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I hope they find a way to make this work.
Well, you know what? The guys at Sky, the company that has been doing television in Britain, I believe, has a new solution for you. They have what they call Sky Glass. This is an integrated product because you have too many gadgets connected to your TV. Obviously, you have your VCR. You still have a VCR, right? You have your various consoles connected to it. You've got your DVD and Blu-ray players connected to it, and it's all these different things, your sound systems and all that. Get rid of all that expensive stuff that is probably pretty retro cool right now. That's besides the point, and get yourself your Sky Glass, which is an entire integrated television sound bar and streaming solution just for you. Also includes the streaming service from Sky. This is various TVs and boxes that they go with it. It looks like their TVs are being made by the guys over at Hisense, and they go from 55 inches and up, and they will be allow you to talk to it, and has a nice interface. It looks like an Android TV interface, but it doesn't say anywhere in here anything about Android TV.
This is the thing that we talked about a few weeks ago. Sky was selling TVs with their platform built in. The same thing that Comcast is doing here in the US.
Right. What was the Comcast calling it?
Comcast TVs. I don't know. It's a couple weeks ago. But so I wouldn't be surprised. X-Class, that's right. I wouldn't be surprised if Comcast is going to have the same exact thing, because they're both doing the same exact thing. I think they're working together, because isn't Sky owned by Comcast?
Good
Sky.
question.
I mean, Sky is their cable company over there. I believe it's the same company. So I wouldn't be surprised if this same thing gets announced by Comcast next week. Which there is a certain magician in Texas that may be super excited, because he constantly says he wants to be able to just sit down and have the thing play stuff for him. And this sounds like that kind of, this could be his Sherpa, as he constantly says.
Well, he has to move to Britain for this current
But
incarnation.
I'm saying if it comes
And
out
if it
on
is, and if it
Comcast.
does come to Comcast, because yes, you are correct, Sky is now owned by Comcast. If it does come to Comcast, just like Sky Glass became X Class over here, maybe they'll come out with X Class glass gas.
It's X-Class glass for your ass.
It's hard to say, but that's all I gotta say. And maybe that will have available over here, but right now these are systems that are available for 649 euros all the way up to, or is those pounds? I don't know, international bucks, and up to a little over 1,000 international bucks. So for 43 inch to 65 inch models, that these systems. So yeah. Some people, this is cool. This is what they want. They get all the services and all the things all put together in one box, so you can get it all without having to deal with anybody else. I'm sorry, it's not for me. All right, how about this? If you are want to use Peacock and you live in the UK or in Ireland, guess what? You're finally going to have access to it as of November 16th. That was yesterday. The services are now available on in various streaming platforms, including Sky, over in those areas. So, welcome to Europe. You can enjoy the crappy Peacock.
What's wrong with Peacock?
It's okay.
I mean, they got the third Psych movie just came out. I need to go watch it.
Can you
it's
name
all
another thing
about
that's
Gus.
good on there?
Yellowstone,
Okay, fair. Okay.
which is a huge thing.
But wasn't it more on different channel at first before?
No, it's a Paramount network show, but
I thought it was
past
something.
episodes are only streaming on Peacock. Which is why, and we'll talk about it in the rants and raves.
Okay.
But there's stuff on Peacock that whether or not you need to pay for it is the question.
All right. Who here thinks they need an 8K TV?
Well, I've been saying I want one since we saw one like 5 years ago.
Well, good news. Now there's content for it. Well, other than some other local medium, there's a streaming content finally for it. Roku now has a Roku streaming channel called The Explorers, which apparently is a nature documentary channel they've had before for 4K footage. Now they have a version of it that is included with the 8K footage for their one and only 8K display they currently have, one by TCL.
They have two.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one is a 65 inch and the other is a 75 inch.
This one model, two different SKUs. Gotcha. But yes, those are the only things that are currently getting this right now. But it will be available to other ones, I'm sure, that'll come out in the future. So you will be able to plug your 8K compatible Roku or have your 8K compatible Roku TV. Stream this 8K footage to you.
That just
I want to
means
know what the stream rate is for that. I wonder.
pretty soon I'm going to have to buy a new Roku Ultra.
Plus,
so that I can have 8K capability on the Roku, but still play it on my 1080p TV.
I like this because it's just one step closer to me never having to go outside and experience nature in real life.
Until you can afford your Tesla suit and haptics and Facebook stop fighting.
Yeah,
and
until
have
those exist, then
make a
I'm
baby
gonna
in the
have to-
form of new gloves.
Yeah,
Good.
I mean, nature documentaries, it fills that itch to go outside and get the sun, and until we've got, like Clyde said, good VR that matches it, then
Yeah, you just need to
this is
get
the
one of
next best
those
thing.
Pacific Northwest white lights that get you the vitamin D so that you can feel like you're getting, or you can actually get the benefits of the
No,
sun while you're virtually laying on the beach.
I'm a vampire. I don't need vitamin D. And I say this is the next best thing, but the reality is this is the better best thing. This is the new better thing, because I don't have allergies when I'm in front of an 8K TV watching
Dude, you want the most immersion possible from your VR, right? Then you got to have the one that induces the allergens to your
No,
system.
no, that's the point. Outside sucks.
Well,
They know they're gonna do it eventually,
In
right?
some places, it's pretty, but no.
You can
Outside
smell the
sucks.
pollen.
Inside,
see, that's why you
outside.
need to move here. You need to move here because during the winter, it's so cold that
Nothing
there is no
survives.
allergens. There isn't even a smell. It is so cold.
I dealt with that in Idaho, and
It's even worse here.
To be fair, I was going to say that it is not as cold as it is there, but I had no allergies in the winter in Idaho. That said, it sucks. I'd rather have allergies.
I fully agree with you. You'd rather deal with the cedar fever than be cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next story: Xbox players who've been wishing to play on Xbox Cloud Gaming. Yes, that's right. It is still called Xbox Cloud Gaming because Xbox Game Cloud. It's Xbox Game Pass Cloud Gaming Service is now available on your Xbox consoles. You can play it now on the Xbox Series X, Series S, and on the Xbox One's consoles without having to jump through any kind of alpha tryout hoops. You apparently could before if you were in limited areas, skip those and try to get access to it. But now it is officially launched as of today. Pay your monthly fee for streaming your video games onto your very expensive console that could play the games anyways without streaming. I don't understand that bit right there.
Well, it's cross-platform is the thing because Xbox Game Pass was what I was using to play the Flight Simulator when it came out last year.
Oh yeah, no,
I mean on my PC, the fact that Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming, was available on my PC for the last couple of years, but it wasn't available on the Xbox has always been the thing that I've been laughing at.
No. So the reason why I scratch my head, and because I love, don't get me wrong, streaming is cool. Streaming is awesome. I was playing Terraria streamed on my Ryzen machine with the good Radeon video card on it, which is a really low end game. It's 2D, and and I was streaming it instead of just downloading it and playing
it. It was choking.
And there was stutter. So my brain was a little bit like, this is what breaks my brain. This is a little too much in the wrong direction. Now, at the exact opposite side of that coin, on a portable phone that's not very powerful, playing the Xbox Game Pass Flight Simulator over the air totally makes sense. And that's what is awesome, is that streaming the stuff you normally couldn't do and or didn't want to install 100 gigs worth of stuff just to play for 20 minutes and decide you didn't like it or whatever. That's what makes total sense to me. So yes, but that side of the coin of playing a literally low spec game that played on two generations old hardware just fine on a streaming service and it's still not great.
Well, I literally
on a super high-end machine on top of that is just like whatever.
This week I got a message from Microsoft that says, hey, you haven't played Flight Simulator in a really long time.
What the hell?
And to which I wanted to respond, yes, because you raised the price that I didn't want to pay. And now that I know that you're tracking the fact that I was or wasn't playing it makes me say I will never return.
Well, you didn't have to email him. You told him here on the internet.
Yeah, I am telling him now. Yeah, I think they just made sure that I won't be using their service again. The fact that they were tracking me, my usage, I've never questioned that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they would come out and be like, hey.
And use it against you, essentially? Even
no, dude.
That's not even like behind your back, which was we discussed earlier is hard to do. it's just right to your face. We know you have not played, and oh man!
But it
that's
was
just so
also
wrong.
kind of a, why aren't you playing it? It's supposed to be the greatest thing. And
Well,
it's
at the
well,
same time, it's apparently Far Cry 6 does something similar. The guys who play Far Cry 6, they get your email address somehow as part of it. And then the bad guy will email you and tell you how he's winning because you're not playing.
Giancarlo Esposito emails
Apparently.
you like directly.
Well, the version of him in Far Cry
Oh.
6, apparently.
I was gonna say, can he email me as Gus Spring?
I mean, apparently he emails you and gloats that he's winning, whatever. That's what I've heard. And which is a kind of level of immersion which is cool, but at the same time is a level of creepiness. It's no good, man. I don't want to hear about the bad guy emailing me telling me that I'm losing the game because I'm not playing the game. Yeah.
Apparently, Dan wants to know where the video games are.
They're in the cloud. That's where they are.
Yes.
In the future, they will all be in the cloud.
All right.
Unfortunately,
You know who else
Except
is
for
in
my
the cloud?
my head.
All of the people that support us.
What are they doing up there?
I don't know, but they're providing us money because they're awesome. And
That's true.
for
They
that,
are
we are
awesome.
thankful. So if you are a patron of this show, if you have been supporting us over these last, we're in 6 years, right? This is our 6th year. We're in.
Oh my goodness, maybe I can't.
Yeah,
I've lost track.
we are. And you're awesome. If you were watching this, if you've made it this far through all of the rabble and noise of this episode, you might want to consider becoming a patron because you're clearly dedicated. There's clearly something that kept you around. If you
Dedicated or a masochist?
we don't judge. We don't judge. But you can't buy our affection.
You didn't have to say it out loud, okay?
Oh, sorry.
We don't
I said the
care
quiet part
why,
out loud.
but we appreciate when you buy our affection over at patreon.com/thebot squad.
Did the voices in my head get out again?
All right, should we get on to some rants and rapes?
I guess.
Okay. Rants, raves, what do you got?
I watched Red Notice. It was great. It was fine. It was fun. It was well worth the price of sitting down and turning on Netflix and turning on and watching it. My wife was like going, is this like that other movie with Bruce Willis that seems similar? And I said, are you thinking of Red? And it goes, yeah, that one. Is like, it's not like Red. Really, it's a lot
I've been
different.
wondering that myself. Was
But,
it like somehow? I was thinking it was a Red and Burn Notice crossover.
So it's like Burn Notice, but they're old and retired now.
No,
And
it's
instead
not.
of just eating yogurt, he's eating like Activia.
Which I think my company makes. I don't know.
Oh. Anyways, no, it is not like Red or Red 2. And no, it's Burn Notice, but it's been so long since I've seen any Burn Notice. He used to be. Okay, that's right. But anyways, no, not exactly like that either. No.
Okay.
It's its own thing. It's fun. It's cheesy. It's got bad jokes and not as bad as something like as others, but like if the Jungle Cruise had worse jokes in it, but more groan worthy jokes. But yeah, it was fine and had a couple awesome action sequences that were good. Well worth a couple of your hours of your attention if you're just in the mood for some dumb fun. Absolutely. Besides that, I also finished Super Metroid, which I am super happy about because it's the first time I finished the game myself. Quite frankly, every time I play that game, I get some far into it and I get bored and like, I don't know what to do here. As I said last week, I was
you gonna
stuck.
speed run it now?
I could try speed running it. I doubt I would be as fast as the other people are in it, but it doesn't mean that I would be. I could probably get my name on the list if I wanted to, but no, I'm probably not going to do that because no, I don't think I want to spend that much time with it. It was fun, and the reason I played it is because I wanted to refamiliar myself with it before I get myself a copy of Metroid Dread. However, I get that for Christmas, birthday, or by myself. So, and that will be fun when that happens later this year, maybe next year. That's it for me.
All right.
All right. Well, Red Notice definitely looks appealing to me. I like all of the actresses in it. So I think I'll definitely have to check it out, even if it's
dumb fun.
Not getting a rave review. Gal Gadot,
She's fine.
The Rock, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
All people that I really like in almost everything that they've been in, which is fairly limited in Gal Gadot's case, but pretty extensive in the other two people. So anyways, I've got a couple of things right now. I've been watching Critical Role season 3, not too far in, but so far enjoying it. Looking forward to this season. Always a big fan of Critical Role. So that's good, and very, very much looking forward to Wheel of Time coming out this Friday on Amazon Prime. And I've got a watch party already planned and looking forward to it.
Okay. No, I was reading the notes and it said Wonton Friday, and I was like, that sounds cool. But then you changed it to WOT on Friday, and then that sounded less interesting, and I didn't understand. Okay, so that's Wheel of Time. Okay, I was going to ask you what happened to Wonton Friday.
Yeah,
you just made a thing, dude. Wonton Friday, it's got to be a thing at this point.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
I love wonton.
You got Taco Tuesday and Wonton Friday.
I'm all
well,
for
shouldn't it be Wonton Wednesday?
It should be, if you're going to go with some alliteration or something.
Turkey Thursday. Oh, then you have Taco Thursday. So this is Clyde's menu. You'll have Taco Tuesday, Wonton Wednesday, Taco Thursday.
Tacos twice a week.
And then like pizza
Friday.
The rest of the days.
Pizza.
No, it's like it's Therapy Thursday for all of the misery you got from Taco Tuesday because you went to Taco Bell.
No, I've been boycotting Taco Bell for the last year because they eliminated everything on the menu I would typically order.
My daughter always says, like, if you don't like tacos, it's because you're doing tacos wrong.
Yeah.
And one of the kids she knows is like, no, I hate tacos. You're totally wrong. And she's like, how can you hate tacos? I've never had a taco that I didn't hate. Where have you eaten tacos? Just a Taco Bell?
No, yeah.
Like, hence my earlier statement. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's like, I don't like chicken. Well, where have you had chicken? McDonald's?
Yeah.
Well,
it's barely chicken.
Right. Hey, you know what? I'm kind of not sure if I'm liking or not, but I'm sort of enjoying it.
Okay.
Yellowstone.
Hmm.
So we've talked about this a little bit because I suggested it to Jimmy, because I found out about Yellowstone right when Peacock launched and they took it off of streaming, or they took it off of YouTube TV.
Oh.
So once all the back episodes went to Peacock only. And I haven't been recording the new seasons as they aired because I hadn't seen the previous seasons because season 1 wasn't available. Well, a couple weeks ago, in a lead up to season 4 premiere, they did a Yellowstone marathon on the Paramount Network, which means my YouTube DVR now has every episode of Yellowstone that I wasn't willing to pay Peacock to stream because I didn't know if I was going to like it. Turned out I only saw the first episode. Yeah. I kind of want to wait till Jimmy's around to discuss it with him because you guys haven't watched Yellowstone, right?
No.
Yeah.
So it's Kevin Costner. It fills the hole that was kind of left by Longmire, which was a police procedural sort of that it takes place in Wyoming. This is created by a dude that was on Sons of Anarchy, and he clearly was trying to make Cowboy Sons of Anarchy. But there are several things that just annoy me because it's a clear, obvious bias in the writing. You know exactly what the writer's room is thinking. That it's annoying, and they do some of that stupid character motivation that drives me crazy. But for the most part, I'm now into season 3 over the last couple weeks. It's been a decent show to just kind of have on while I'm doing other stuff because I don't have to pay attention to it, and it's like an hour long. So, yeah, Yellowstone. It's what's for dinner. But, hey, if you want to watch a show about Montana that was clearly shot in Utah, but I love Utah. Just like Longmire took place in Wyoming, but it was clearly shot in New Mexico. Especially in the credits when they thank the state.
Yeah, well, that happens.
For the promotion, for the tax and, whatever. But
yeah.
All right. Well, you know what isn't filmed in Utah yet? This. But we will be back next week. Same time. Same VOD time, same VOD channel, 9 p.m. Central here on YouTube. And where they have not bothered to censor us yet. Maybe after this episode. Well, we're not monetized, so they don't really have any recourse. But if you would prefer to get the audio version, it is available anywhere that you can get audio podcasts if you're willing to wait for it. I honestly can't remember if the last one.
I think it did. I think you did.
Yeah, I think I did it. But that's the problem. I'm never quite sure if I put out the public one. But if you're a patron, you can damn well guarantee it will be available within a couple hours after this we are done. Because the first thing I do when we finish this show and we sign off is I start editing it so I can post it so I can go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So, patron. Buck a month. That's all it takes. All right. And final reminder for everyone that is a movie party participant. The Good Movie party is this Friday, normal time. I'm looking to, in the post show, we'll talk about what movies they are. I have a feeling it's going to be Dora and McClintock, but it might be something else. So we'll talk about it in the post show. Anything else, guys, before we go?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, head on over to tvs.showbot.tv and vote for those titles, and we will get to them in the post show. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Call back to the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Recording stopped.
All right.
Okay, I didn't hear any of the sound, just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't turn on the share, but there
Yeah.
wasn't anything you guys needed to hear. So
Totally, it's fine. No, we've done it, but we've done it for like a year and a half or 2 years without any hearing it. Remember?
Yeah.
It was like finally we could hear it. It was amazing.
well, we did it for like 4 years.
I don't
Without
remember. It was a
any-
long time.
It wasn't until we switched to Zoom, and I figured out I could share the audio.
Yeah. Aloha. Yeah. All right. We do have titles. Should I go over those real quick? If you would like to go to tvs.showbot.tv, which is that link I put into the chat, you can go there right now and see all of various titles that were submitted during this show. We're going to pick one, and
Oh.
you're going to help us choose by going to that list and clicking on the titles that you think are worthy. By making those votes heard, we will decide which of these titles is going to make it to the show. And here's what we got. No glove, no love. OBS is so confusing.
Hmm?
Chobs. Back that stuff up. I vehemently disagree. Sheesh, it's niche. It's niche, bitch. Spotify finds a way. X-Class Glass is a gas. And go Roku Plus Ultra.
Okay. I now see the through line that I completely missed when I was talking about my personal OBS. Clearly, I would make that as Poodle Puncher because then it would be PPOBS.
PBOBS?
No, Poodle Puncher. PP.
Oh, PPOBS.
Like it's the PP.
And also, it's kind of says poobs. Poobs.
Oh, we need so someone with the initials BO needs to make their own OBS because then it would be boobs. And it would be the most popular. It would be the most popular fork of OBS ever for good reason.
This is the Bobby Osborne OBS.
Because everybody, it's been approved. It's scientifically proven. Everybody loves boobs.
No. I don't know. I know there's a lot of good channels on here, and I want to know if if Niche Beach will make it, because right now it's leading the pack.
Sheesh, it's niche.
Sheesh, it's niche, but if I say it, if I know it's niche bitch, but if I said it like niche,
Well,
it's niche beach.
Well, you need the E
Niche.
on there. You need it because niche is NICHE.
You're right.
BICHE would
Yeah,
be.
niche.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. If Bob Odenkirk does his own version of
yes.
OBS, then it would be boobs. And you could spell it, and you would advertise it. The logo would be a calculator upside down with the 800 whatever.
The 58008.
Yeah.
It's upside down. It's yeah. So it's open broadcast software. So the Bob Odenkirk open broadcasting system software.
Yeah. Thank you, Bad Weave. I don't know how we got by the first hour without you.
It's crazy here.
Boobs, pronounced BEWBS. I was gonna look and see where are we at with the good movie. Good movie. So we've got. Oh yeah, we are watching Dora and McClintock. That's right. It's right now we're deciding which one we're gonna watch first. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be. Hey, Matt, you should join us. It's gonna be a good movie weekend. We get to watch one of my favorite cartoon adaptations ever.
Yeah.
And probably my favorite Western ever. If
So
you've never
what
seen
time
McClintock.
What time do you guys start?
10 p.m. Central, which would be 8 p.m. your time.
8 p.m. my time. Yeah, usually if it's usually you do it on Saturdays, right?
Yep.
I mean, I might be able to show up to it, but I could. It's possible, especially if you start with Dora, it'd probably be easier because I would be able to watch that. But I'm sure McClintock is probably okay.
You've already seen Dora, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. And have you seen McClintock?
I don't think I have. I mean, I would have to look it up.
McClintock, it's a comedy. It was one of the later John Wayne movies. But I mean, there's so many people, like Catherine O'Hara, I think, is in it, and there's so many people in this movie, and it's so much fun. And I mean the title, I mean the poster shows him
It's
like
magnificent. I'm
with-
seeing that
with her
spanking
over his
somebody.
leg. Yeah. It's great. Oh, and then plus Jerry Van Dyke is in it. And I almost didn't recognize him because I thought Jerry Van Dyke was always an old man. And I don't think I had ever seen him in like his 30s, late 20s, 30s maybe. I don't know when this movie was made. But if you know who Jerry Van Dyke is, right?
I'm guessing it's Dick's father.
No, Dick's brother.
Oh, brother. Okay.
Most people would know him as Luther on Coach. And yeah. But there was a dude, he was like playing a banjo. I was like, that guy looks very familiar. And then years later, when I had IMDb and I saw the movie again, I was like, oh, I got to look this guy up. And then I went, oh, holy crap. That's Jerry Van Dyke. I didn't know he was ever young. But yes, I love McClintock. I'm so glad that it made it through this time. It took 2 years to make it through. But I mean, we watched stuff that was definitely worth watching the last 2 times. Alrighty. So,
All right. So is it Nitch? Or it's Nitch. That's the winner.
it's
Well,
Nitch,
I
bitch.
don't. I mean, do we want to have that as a title? That becomes the
I
question.
mean, it can.
I mean, we can if you wish, but
Sheesh, it's niche. Works.
no.
as well.
How about Sheesh? It's niche. No, it's niche. You could combine the two. The only problem I have is, do we want to have that?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
in the title? So
I
other
agree.
than that, I'd be like, absolutely.
That's the only thing that's holding me back from
All right, let's do Sheesh's niche.
not no glove, no love.
I mean, go Roku plus Ultra. I mean, or I vehemently disagree. is
Oh,
actually
we'll
one of my
save.
favorite.
We can save the no glove, no love one for when we eventually end up talking about the Magic Johnson doc that they're doing.
Oh, sorry, Wabbit. I know you. I know you want your title. I do understand, but I vehemently disagree.
Let's go Sheesh's niche.
Well,
That's fine.
And
I vehemently disagree. Just took over. Oh, but I mean, Sheesh's niche is a Bad Weave original.
Yeah, that's. I think Sheesh's niche. No, it's niche. Would be a good combination, and it kind of gets Wabbit's in there as well. So
and we'll get
he says that's worse. Okay, then I won't do that. If you think that's worse, then we don't do that. Wabbit, that's not what we want to do. We would like you to be happy if we had to somehow substitute yours.
Hey, just remember, Facebook is for grandmas. Was that the title a couple weeks ago?
He actually, Wabbit says combine the two. He likes it. He says yes. He says Sheesh's niche. No, it's niche. Is an okay comment.
Or you go, it's niche, sheesh, it's niche. I don't know. Yeah, I don't
No.
know. I'm
What
thinking
Matt
of the
said.
way.
I like the
Um,
no, it's niche because it's
No,
the
that's fine.
alliteration.
I'm
You
just
could put,
I have
like,
to
3
say it out
dots,
loud
though.
to hear it.
Yeah.
That's
You
why.
could put 3 dots so you know that it continues.
Sheesh, it's niche. No, it's
No, it's
niche.
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 Dot dot dot.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Something like that.
Just go niche, not niche. Hey, back that stove up.
I vehemently disagree.
See, and that's for the same reason you're moving away from the Wabbit Magic one is the reason that mine says stuff, because I was originally remembering back that ass up. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want that in the title, because out of context, you go
Niche shout out. Niche.
you see
niche
it in a
shout out.
list and go,
No, it's niche. No, it's night tech. What? Okay.
Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. Don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Okay.
I gotta go.
Yeah. Well,
I'm-
You should go.
you
I
should go.
started falling asleep in the middle of the show. I need to call it a night. But I'm going to end with something that one of our occasional viewers sent to me. So here's our fun for the day.
Oh, this is the fun for the day. Okay.
Dad, are we pyromaniacs? Yes, we are, son.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes, we are, son.
Yes, we are.
I get it. I get it.
Uh-huh.
I have a nice long list of funny
Dad
funny
jokes.
funny puns. So
It's our son, not arson, to go with the
yeah.
niche, not niche. All right. Bye, Dan.
Now we can be all like, it's niche. Whenever, or stop being a niche.
It's
All
niche rich.
All right. I'm gonna stop the stream.
I think he needs
You
to-
can,
I
you
think
can
you
drop
need to
off and
go.
I'll just change it.
I think you need to go because
Bye.
you're going to die. if you
Yeah,
keep
bye.
sitting there. Go rescue yourself, man. Ah!
Oh, yeah, because I rebooted or I restarted the template.
Hi! Hello! Oh, okay. Actually,
Yep.
I'm at work. I've been at work, and I've been trying to implement a new. My work doesn't give me money. I have to kind of figure out how to make things work with like very limited resources. So I purchased some refurbished servers, and I've been getting my new system to completely duplicate itself using ZFS duplication across the network to a building across the from one end of school to the other. So if one building burns down, I've got a complete copy of what's at the other school. So that's been my fun thing I've been doing at work recently, is
Cool.
figuring out and getting that working.
I just submitted a quote for a project. It's $3 million.
No, okay. We're looking at getting a new sign. It'll cost us maybe $30,000.
This is for one office. We have to completely redo the network at one of the offices, and it ends up being 108 switches plus a new wireless controller and
Wow.
new core switches.
$3 million for 108 switches and more stuff, obviously. But
Well, it'd be 108 plus 2, so 110 plus some spares. 90% of that cost is all the licensing that I can't take off. The CDW is going to take off. So I'm curious to see when CDW takes it off, because it's something that in our agreement we already get for free, because we and so I'm curious to see. It's going to be like I'm guessing it's going to be like $700,000 to $900,000
Okay,
for the hardware. And all of that was just the software licensing for the
Come
Cisco.
in.
Your daily dose of memes are delivered.
What's up?
Here you go.
Okay.
Well, goodbye.
Bye. Dave.
Bye. I am looking at Tidal right now to see what I need to do. You can sign in with Facebook or Apple or Twitter. I don't want to do any of those things. I guess
It says YouTube is still going on. You close Zoom and YouTube is still going on. According to Wabbit.
Yeah, because you are still on YouTube.
Let me in.
Oh.
What?
You're still on YouTube, Turk.
Yeah, we're on YouTube
After
on
show.
purpose. This is the after show. Mike went away. We didn't go away.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I got kicked out of Zoom.
We didn't.
We never shut down. We never shut down
Nothing
Zoom.
happened over here.
Nope.
You got kicked off by Zoom itself. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Let me
Wait.
in.
It was weird. Or maybe it was my internet, because at the same time I got kicked off of Zoom. It must be my internet. Kicked off the Zoom, and the YouTube was refreshing as if you closed.
Yeah,
the
it must have been your internet.
Was it on? So, are you okay with Sheesh? It's niche. No, it's niche.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
I figured you were okay from what your conversation was, but I figured I'd ask since you're here.
Yeah,
It's awfully nice.
and everybody's like,
So
"Wait, what? Who's that disembodied voice?"
No idea.
Who cares? Now, he put in the doc about Wheel of WOT, which is Wheel of Time,
Yeah.
which is starting Friday.
Yeah, he talked about it. He's gonna have a party.
Oh, I missed that.
That's where we got on the wonton subject, because originally it said Wonton Friday. And then I want free. Okay.
You signing up for Tidal?
I'm working on it. So there's Hi-Fi or Hi-Fi Plus.
Yeah, I think my internet burped.
Yeah, let me get down the title. I'm not
So,
gonna
okay, here's my option. Right now, I could do 30 days free and then extend to 60 days for only $2. And that would be $10 a month after. But I don't know if I want to use it for 30 days.
No, just do the free. I'm gonna do the pure free.
Well, the problem is
For what?
if I like
Title.
it, I will want the Oh, I know what to do. I will
Do you have a
sign up
different account?
using privacy.com. That way, after the 60 days, if I don't want it, the card will automatically stop working.
and you can use something else.
Privacy.com.
I'm gonna sign up and just purely the free version.
So yeah, the reason I'm looking through to see what the free has different music. Listen offline with unlimited skips, ad free, 80 plus million songs.
Carrier hub required. A requested service is missing.
Expert curated playlists. Good sound quality up to 160 kilobits.
And I try to go to there and it says this item isn't available on your carrier because I'm currently using Google Fi. Sounds like I can't use Tidal.
What? Oh, you must be further along than I am. Okay, so I'm
I
gonna
went straight
go
to
with
the
the
App
free.
Store. I went straight to the App Store.
Okay.
guess I need
I'm
to-
doing it in the browser. I'm in my web browser signing up for an account because I listen to music on my computer a lot. So I am already set up. I'm going to download the app and then we can look for it. Save to downloads. Once I get this set up, I'll share my screen and we can look through title setup.
Let's go. I want to go find.
App takes forever to load. Okay. Public allow access. Log in. All right, we're gonna go. Yeah, right on the main page. I'm looking at it going, ooh, this looks terrible.
Yes.
I also signed up with my spam email account, the one that I use when I'm not sure if I want to trust the person I'm giving the email address to. That's how little I believe I'm going to like this service.
Okay, so I just there's no web interface for it.
There's I'm using it. It made me download a dedicated app, but I'm on Windows. You're not.
Oh, okay. There is an app for it. Okay, it's got a web player. Okay, I got a web player.
Okay.
Okay, that's
So
cool.
So select 3 or more of your favorite artists that are hip hop, R&B and soul, or rock and indie. And
Rock and indie, obviously.
None of these people. Okay, there is some metal.
There's pop. You keep scrolling down.
I am.
This feels an awful lot like what I did with YouTube music a long time ago. All right, there's Daft Punk. Got to pick them.
So I started out. Oh, I was going to share my screen. So here we'll go.
Oh, they got comedy, which is cool.
Oh, it won't let me because I'm. Okay, let's do. So I go through and I choose. I see Within Temptation. Okay, which expands it. So now I can choose Epica and Delane and Camelot and Eluveity and Therion, Unleash the Archers, Ancient Bards. Okay, so yeah, it's making the right suggestions. That's good. Xandria, Emberian Dawn, Amaranth, Battle Beast. Mike would be glad about that one. Ad Infinitum. I like Dark Sarah.
What's the name of that artist that I like?
Yeah, okay. I will give them credit. They are expanding pretty good as I click on stuff. And then I'll throw them off by clicking Miles Davis.
Gotta throw a little bit of something in there, right?
And some Coltrane. Like, wait, what?
The last 2 are the only ones I recognized.
I bet. Yeah, I'm looking.
Ronald Jenkins. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, the only thing I want it suggesting is metal. Because everything else I listen to as I feel like it, and I don't want them like. Oh yeah, Lordy. I forgot about Lordy. They're like a Guar knockoff.
Oh, cool. You can the search that works. Cool.
Powerwolf.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put Rat-a-tat in there.
Oh, you're still listening to that? Good.
I'm just adding. I'm just adding.
No, I'm just saying it's still in your mind.
Oh, yeah, I have a playlist that I listen to almost always, and I'm just quickly looking through there and going, "Oh, well, I remember that I like everything I've heard these guys done. I've like everything of the groups that I've like everything I have to hear. I pretty much like. It's like Daft Punk, Rat-a-Tat, Blue Man Group, Ronald Jenkins,
Add Ghost.
Add Ghost, or
Yeah, no, add the band Ghost.
I will check out the band Ghost. In fact, I'm going to put that right here on this right now. On this guy.
That was the band we were talking about like a week or 2 weeks ago, where I really kind of enjoy their sound, their commitment to the whole shtick can sometimes be a little much, but for the most part, I like the band.
Okay.
There's I'll post it in the bar. There, the YouTube channel Metal Gods did a video last week of is behind the scenes how Ghost writes a new song, and it is very funny. It is very funny. I sent it to everybody I know that likes Ghost, and they all thought it was very funny.
Okay, send it to me.
I'll make sure it'll go in the bar here in a little bit.
Well, unfortunately, I'm probably going to disappear here in a minute because I'm running a little behind. I got to put people to bed.
Okay. Yeah. I should probably shut this down too. So yeah, I'll try some of the title this week, and we'll be able to report back on it next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. That's for certain.
I can't try it now, otherwise YouTube will give us bad stuff. So, all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We will, if I don't see you on Saturday for the movie party, we'll see you next Wednesday right back here for the VOD Squad.